All right. Sure. Thank you, tech support. Yeah. Okay. Once again, a very good evening, everyone, and a very, very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of Delhi Technological University, DTU, and VCNow. The topic of today's discussion is, as you know, decoding India's energy mix, and it comes at a time when India is undergoing a significant energy transition. This is driven by ambitious renewable targets, net zero commitments, and evolving policy frameworks. For energy professionals, this shift is not just technological, it is strategic and leadership driven, making it very, very essential for all of us to be able to understand how renewables are shaping and reshaping the energy landscape today and for tomorrow. At DTU, through the advanced program in renewable and sustainable energy management, we aim to equip professionals with expertise across energy technologies, policy, and project execution, thereby enabling them to lead in this transition. Today's session focuses on one very key question. How are renewables redefining India's energy mix, and what does it mean for you? To share their valuable inputs with us today, we have two distinguished speakers, Professor M. Rizwan and Professor Neeraj Sharma. Let me take a few minutes to introduce today's speakers to all of you. Professor M. Rizwan is a professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering at DTU, and he brings over 23 years of teaching and research experience in power engineering and renewable energy systems. He has completed multiple funded research projects and has published over 220 papers in leading international and national journals, including IEEE. A postdoctoral researcher at Virginia Tech, USA, he is currently working on projects in solar PV and electric vehicles. His expertise spans renewable energy systems, smart grids, and building energy management, making him a leading voice in India's clean energy transition. Our second speaker for this evening is Professor Neeraj Sharma, an adjunct faculty at DTU's Delhi School of Management. Professor Neeraj Sharma brings over three decades of corporate experience across organizations such as Usha Martin, Tata Infotech, Hughes, NIIT, and Upgrad. A PhD from IIT Delhi and a silver medalist from IIT Kharagpur, he is widely recognized for his contributions in technology-enabled executive education. His work brings industry and academia together, and with a strong focus on leadership, digital learning, and emerging management practices, along with his contributions to research and Indian knowledge systems, Professor Neeraj Sharma is a valuable speaker for us for today's topic. Without much further ado, I would like to hand over the session to our professors. Before I do that, I would like to guide you that all of you would be coming up with a lot of queries during this session, which is going to be very informative. And also there is going to be some interaction towards the end of the session. Please keep your questions handy. You can share your questions in the chat box. Also keep your questions handy because we will be having a Q&A session as well, wherein you can directly have a conversation with our speakers today. Over to you, professors. Thank you so much.
Professor Rizwan, request you to start, please.
Yes, good evening to all. And Professor Sharma, can you please confirm whether my slides are visible to all of you or not?
To me, they are.
It is visible, Professor.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So thank you very much for the introduction. Basically, I'm working as a professor at Department of Electrical Engineering, DTU, since 2010. And before that, I have worked in different organizations, including the international one. You have already mentioned the one. And at Virginia Polytechnic Institute, I was the research scientist there. And for the 2 years, I have been in Saudi Arabia, and I have worked a lot related to the solar PV systems. And apart from this, I've been the visiting professor at Russian University of Economics in Uzbekistan for a couple of months. And right now, we are thinking about this particular program, which is very essential for the economy of any country. As you know that the energy is the key component or key element for the development of any country. And from the last few days, or we can say more than 1 month, we can see that the dependency on the, I can say the energy, and we are having so many difficulties in India as well due to the war between the Israel and the Iran. So this is due to the dependency on the energy on other countries and other fuels as well. So basically, our main objective to run this particular course is how we can become the energy independent and how we can contribute a lot from the renewable energy resources. So as far as the renewable energy source is concerned, so basically we have to contribute a lot in terms of the power generation, not only in terms of power generation, but we have to reduce the pollutions as well. And this particular aspect, the climate change is one of the major challenge in the future. And India is doing very well right now in terms of the okay, sure, I will do it. But right now, I'm not moving the slides. Once I will do it, and so I will do it in the presentation mode, no issue. So as far as the renewable energy is concerned, so we are contributing more than 50%, including the large hydro power generation. But as far as the renewable energy is concerned, so we are not supposed to include the large hydro power generation in renewable energy part. But if we include, if we are saying the non-fossil fuel based, then obviously we are contributing about 52% from these sources nowadays. As far as our target is concerned, so by the end of 2030, our demand is again going to increase, and which would be 950,000 megawatt by the end of 2030. And right now, basically, we are having 533,000 megawatts. So we can say that means we have to go like 50% more power generation in the next 5 years. So in that case, if we are going to double the installed capacity, then in that case, we have to have some sources which are sustainable in nature. So okay. So I think means we have to speak in Hindi as well. So by the year 2030, our expected demand would be 950,000, and right now we are at 533,000 megawatts from the different sources, including the thermal power plants. So इस सिनेरियो में मतलब ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है कि आज हमें मतलब किस तरीके से और अपने एनवायरनमेंट को प्रोटेक्ट करना है और साथ में हमारा पावर जनरेशन को इंक्रीज करना है, जो कि अभी सिर्फ 532,740 है by the end of March 2026. So there is a big gap between the demand and the supply at present. And as I told you before, means we have to reduce the pollutions, which is because of the thermal power plants. And as we know that we are using the, I can say, the low-grade coal for the generation of the power in terms of the thermal power plants, and which contributes a lot of environmental pollution, which is not desirable at all. So we have to have means some renewable energy sources which are sustainable in nature. There are so many renewable energy sources which are available nowadays, but at present they are not sustainable in nature. So as far as the solar and wind power are concerned, so basically we are looking for these two topics is in this particular course, and mainly solar PV, which contributes about 28.21% in the installed capacity at present. And wind energy conversion system, it contributes about 10.5% in the present installed capacity. And now our target is to increase by 50% by the year 2030. So there is a big gap. So इस गैप को हमें किस तरीके से मतलब कम करना है और कैसे कम करना है, इस पर हमें आगे इस पर्टिकुलर कोर्स में विचार करना है। तो अब हमें इस कोर्स में ये देखना है कि हम किस तरीके से, चूंकि रिन्यूएबल की जब हम बात करते हैं तो देयर आर सो मेनी चैलेंजेस in case of the renewable energy sources as well. The one of the major issue is it is fluctuating in nature, जो कि अभी तक हमने मतलब बहुत ज्यादा काम इस पर नहीं कर पाए हैं कि how we are going to reduce it, how we are going to like mitigate this particular issue. But nowadays, due to the smart grid, due to the I can say the demand response, basically now we are not working in terms of the load forecasting. Now we are looking forward in terms of the demand response. डिमांड रेस्पॉन्स का मतलब ये है कि हमें किस तरीके से अपने लोड को मैनेज करना है, और जो कि यूएस में इसका मतलब एक मॉडल, सक्सेसफुल मॉडल है। हम किस तरह, yes, I will make it because I'm not like speaking from the PPT right now. I'm just speaking. So once I will go to the presentation, then I will do it. तो किस तरीके से हमें मतलब लोड को मैनेज करना है, तो उसमें there are so many models available in the literature that we are going to discuss, and because this particular model is not available in India right now. So this is the one thing. Second thing is basically whenever we are talking about the fluctuating nature of the renewable energy resources, then in that case we are talking about some backup is required. And when we are talking about the backup, it means that the battery energy storage is the one of the like the solution, but it is not. Means the battery is the one of the solution, but it is a very costly affair. So we have to work, means what are the other alternatives apart from the battery energy storage system in case if any backup is required in terms of the renewable energy systems integration with the grid. This is the one of the major challenge that we are going to work into and that we have to discuss in this particular course. The third thing is the virtual inertia in terms of the solar PV. Basically, if we are going to discuss about the solar PV and there is no grid availability and there is no power generation in that case, then it is very difficult to provide the power without the availability of the grid. Then in that case, we have to have some kind of virtual inertia. So the research is going on, and Professor Sukumar Mishra from IIT Delhi, right now he's the director of ISM Dhanbad. So he's working in this particular area. So we have requested him to give some like insight or some light on this particular topic. So now I'm going to forward in terms of my presentation. Just okay. So we were discussing about the this energy transition, why it is required. So as of early 2026, India is experiencing a historic transformation in its energy sector, and it is shifting from the coal-dominated systems, one where renewable plays a critical and balancing role. The country's total installed power capacity has reached 533 gigawatt in March 2026, and within this, fossil fuel-based capacity has grown rapidly to the expansion of solar, wind, hydro, and nuclear energy. Okay. Okay, no issue. In that case, basically, in this particular course, we are going to discuss about the solar PV installation, how we are going to install it, and how we are going to maintain it. And not only the solar PV, but we are also looking forward to in terms of the wind energy conversion system and the battery energy storage and green hydrogen. And apart from this, because we are talking about the climate change, so we have to discuss about the carbon footprints as well. ओके ठीक है हनुमान सिंह जी, हम इस चीज़ का ख्याल रखेंगे। और इसमें जो हम बेसिकली डिस्कस करेंगे इस पर्टिकुलर कोर्स में, तो उसमें हम किस तरीके से सोलर पीवी से पावर जनरेट कर सकते हैं, क्या क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज हो सकती हैं और क्या क्या चैलेंजेस होंगे आगे आने वाले वक्त में, उनको हम कैसे मिटिगेट कर सकते हैं, क्या क्या उसमें टेक्नोलॉजीज अवेलेबल हैं और किस तरीके से हम बैटरी एनर्जी स्टोरेज को का कोई ऑल्टरनेटिव सॉल्यूशन देख सकते हैं। और ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन के बारे में भी हम आगे इस पर्टिकुलर कोर्स में डिस्कस करेंगे। और इसके अलावा कार्बन फुटप्रिंट्स के बारे में भी, क्योंकि आपको जैसे कि मालूम है कि अगर हम थर्मल पावर प्लांट से पावर जनरेट करते हैं तो देयर इज लॉट ऑफ कार्बन कैप्चर, कार्बन लाइक इमिशंस इन टर्म्स ऑफ द सॉक्स, नॉक्स एंड द कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड। सो इनको हम कैसे कम कर सकते हैं और किस तरीके से हम रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी सोर्स जो कि सस्टेनेबल इन नेचर हैं, तो और कौन कौन से सोर्सेज है जो सस्टेनेबल हैं एट प्रेजेंट, उनके बारे में हम इस कोर्स में डिस्कस करेंगे। सो आई थिंक मेरी तरफ से अभी इतना ही। अगर आपके जो भी कोई पर्टिकुलर क्वेरी है, then I think Dr. Neeraj Sharma will discuss about the course, means what are the contents and how we are going to deliver these contents over a period of 6 months. तो उसके बारे में वो विस्तार से आपको बताएंगे। और उसके बाद में अगर कोई आपको टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन है या इस कोर्स के बारे में कोई क्वेश्चन है या सर्टिफिकेशन के बारे में कोई क्वेश्चन है या D2 के बारे में कोई क्वेश्चन है, then you are free to ask. Thank you so much. Over to you, Ms. Shivani Sharma.
Thank you so much, Professor Rizwan. That was indeed very enriching. So, Shreyashi, if you have anything to add, or else we can move on to the program details.
Yes, let us proceed to the program details. I would once again remind the participants to keep sharing your questions in the chat box. Also keep your questions ready for the Q&A session, which is to follow in a few minutes. Over to Shivani.
Sure. Thank you so much, Shreyashi. So please allow me a minute so that I can share my screen, and I will be telling you the details about the program. Is the screen visible?
It is visible.
It's visible.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much. So as we all have gathered here today to discuss about a program which is offered by distance by the digital education from Delhi Technological University, a university which has its own legacy of 84 years. This program is titled as Advanced Program in Renewable and Sustainable Energy Management. Right. So on digital platform, this is the first cohort, whereas the institute has been delivering this particular module and course for many, many years. Right. So you are kind of blessed that the institute has decided to offer this program, which is of much, much use and importance in the present scenario, to offer it through their digital education platform. So this is a 6 months program, and we are looking at graduates or diploma holder who have completed their education in the format of 10 plus 2 plus 3. So if you have done any diploma which is after 10 plus 2, then you are eligible for this application, provided you have 2 years of work experience. So you need to fulfill both the eligibility criteria in terms of education and work experience also. Minimum of 2 years work experience is needed if you want to apply. The mode of delivery is we are going to have one session every week that will be on Sundays, and timings for the same is 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So it's going to be a 3 hour session. Requesting everybody to keep yourself on mute, please. So session schedule is on Sundays, 9:30 to 12:30. And also you will get an opportunity to be there at Delhi Technological University for a period of 3 days, which is at the early stages of the program. So you are going to attend in-person classes from the esteemed professors of Delhi Technological University. You'll get an opportunity to meet Professor Rizwan and Professor Neeraj Sharma there in person and attend the classes, along with the other professors, of course. So the certification that you are going to get of completion, this will be from Delhi Technological University. And adding another feather to your cap is digital education alumni status of prestigious Delhi Technological University. The program fees is 1,60,000 plus 18% GST, which has to be paid in 3 parts. And the process to apply for the program is through an online application form. Now, coming to who should attend this program, or this program is meant for which target segment. So basically, the senior managers, or if there are heads of energy or people who are a part of sustainability department. We are also looking at, or people who are working in compliance and risk. This program is definitely a good fit for your profile. Of course, people who are working in the segment of sustainability, any business leader or executive who's looking forward to upskill himself or herself in the field of sustainability, corporate strategy, and governance leaders. This program is very well aligned for the governance leaders. There are some consultants also who are doing this program, and the program content are the content of the program are decided keeping in mind their requirements. Of course, board members and C-suite executives. So although the minimum eligibility says 2 years of work experience, but this program aligns well with people who have more than 20 years of work experience also. So we are looking at a span of 2 to 20 years, because that is where people who are in policy making or people who are working as consultants are able to utilize and implement the learning of the program. So of course, you can have a background in corporate or energy or infrastructure. You can be from a government or a non-profit sector. You can be somebody who is having an exposure in energy management or sustainability, sorry, compliance or strategic leadership. So this is what we are looking at. This does not confine us to the limits, but definitely this is just a reference to what kind of audiences we are looking at, or who could be a good fit for the program. I just wanted to share the esteemed faculty of the program. So all the who's and who of the industry, if you have, anytime explored the field of sustainability, you must have heard his name, whether it's Professor Bhim Singh or Professor Rizwan or Professor Madhusudan Singh, Dr. Gopal Sarangi from TERI SAS, right? So you can go through the profile and you will find most of them serving at the eminent positions, and they are kind enough to take out their time and be with you on their Sundays so that they can impart this knowledge to you. So we have Professor Bhim Singh from IIT Delhi, Professor Sukumar Mishra, Director IIT Dhanbad, Professor Santanu Kumar Mishra, IIT Delhi, Professor M. Rihan, Director General NICE, Dr. Rajesh Katyal, Director General NIWE Chennai, Dr. S.K. Tyagi, IIT Delhi, Professor S.N. Singh, IIT Kanpur and presently Director IIT Gwalior, Professor Shri Srivastava, IIT Kanpur, Professor Madhusudan Singh, Director Triple IT Bhagalpur, Professor M. Rizwan, whom you have heard just now. Sir brings with him a rich experience and the knowledge about the new age contemporary resources. And Dr. Gopal Sarangi, who himself is from TERI SAS Delhi, works on energy policy, sustainability, power, and energy governance. So I would also like to request the audience to just find out more about this eminent, group of professionals and the academicians who are going to be with you to train you on the subject matter. And you will definitely understand what is the quality of the content that you are going to get from them. This is the esteemed certificate that you will get on the completion of the program. So when you have this in your hand, I'm sure you'll feel like a proud owner of somebody who has gained an understanding of the concept on renewable and sustainable energy management. So this is a sample certificate where you can see the signatures would be from Dean Digital Education, DTU, and from the program directors from DTU itself. This is a broad outline of the module. Of course, each module has a lot of sub-modules and the topics covered within it. We will be reaching out to all of you individually and will share the details of the program modules. But keeping the paucity of time in mind, I just thought of sharing a broad outline of the program modules. So this is what it is going to cover, starting with the foundations of renewable energy and sustainable leadership. We are going to maneuver through renewable energy strategy and planning, AI and analytics, because we can't do any program nowadays or any academics without AI and analytics. So AI and analytics in renewable energy also is one of the interesting modules as a part of the program. Sustainable innovation and leadership, of course, talking about the advanced applications and integration of the content that you are going to study, how are you going to apply it practically, which will also be through the Capstone project and some integration assignments, which will be there as a part of your curriculum. So this is a broad outline of the program modules that will be covered in the APRS-EM. So last but not the least, we have some important dates as timelines to be followed. So the last date to apply for this particular cohort is April 30, 2026. And the program commencement. So we are looking at a batch of esteemed professionals to start the program at the earliest. This is the tentative timeline that we are sharing with you. If there are any changes, we shall notify you the same as per the discretion of the institute. So you can reach out to us on these numbers. You can see on the screen my email ID. For whatever details you need about the program, you can reach out to me. So 921-907-8715 is the number where you can reach to me. 850-581-3889 is the number where you can reach out to my team of advisors who would be happy to assist you and guide you about the program. You can directly write me an email on the mentioned email ID, which you can see on the screen. Thank you so much, everybody. This is from my side, whatever information I thought would be useful for all of you regarding the program. Now we can open the forum for the questions. Over to you, Shreyashi. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shivani. I have a couple of questions in the chat box as well. I will just share the questions first, and then we will go for individual queries. I see one hand already been raised for the questions. Just give us a couple of minutes, and we will let you know. We will also let you speak to the professors directly. Okay, so the first question that I have in the chat box is, which area relates to this course wherein we can explore business activities or identify the clients? Okay, so Professor Neeraj Sharma, would you like to address this? Because this is a
I think that's a very generic question, because these days, when you look at the crisis which is happening globally, everything is around energy only, right? I mean, the stock markets going down, coming up, in a day, people losing out crores and crores of rupees. So all these aspects, as Professor Rizwan said in the beginning, how do we become independent? How do we become immune to these global setbacks? How do we reduce the pollution, because that also has a economic value. So as per me, if you ask me, every aspect has a business idea to it. Professor Rizwan can add to my views.
Yes, basically, this course is limited to, I can say, the solar PV, wind energy conversion system, battery energy storage, green hydrogen. So all the area that we have considered here, all are basically you can explore for your business activities, or you can also do your startups. So every area is the emerging area. So for example, if you are talking about the energy storage system, let's say, so nowadays we are not making any battery in India. We are only taking all the energy storage systems from the China only. So if we can make a simple cell in India, then it is a very, I can say, the business oriented, as well as you can also identify. There is no meaning to identify the clients. Clients will come to you. So this is the very gray area means that we are going to talk about. So I think Mr. Narendra. So I think this is okay, or still you have some query. So if you have, you just let us know. We will clarify again. So the next question is, I
Let
think
me
why,
let me
why
read out the question,
okay,
Professor, for you, if you
sure.
allow me. Yes. So the next question is asked by Ajay Mishra. He writes why renewable energy is having limitations. Is it because they are innovations or they have not been norms? Please inform us on this topic. That is the question. Over to you.
Yeah. So as far as the renewable energy is concerned, so there are there are certain limitations, but the mitigation of these limitations is still, the research is going on. And as I told you before, means in the earlier days, we were talking about the battery energy storage systems as a backup. But nowadays we are using the ultra capacitor, we are using the other sources as well as a backup. So, and apart from this, the load forecasting was the one, means we were dependent on the load, and basically according to the load we were looking for the generation. But nowadays there is a complete shift from the load side to the demand side. So now we are talking about the demand response. No one is going to talk about the load forecasting. So whatever is the load, we have to manage the load, means through the demand response program. So I think it's enough for you. And please go to the next question.
Yes. So Latika mentions that Terry faculty is also there in this program, but Terry has their own ESG program, I believe. Which topic will Terry be taking?
So, Terry's program, the one you are referring to, is towards the corporate social responsibility in ESG. For that matter, DTU also has a very powerful program in the area of ESG and CSR. You may get in touch with Shivani later around that. But one of the topics is carbon footprint, carbon market, reducing the pollution. So, for that perspective, we have invited Professor Gopal Sarangi, because this program focuses renewable and sustainable energy, but not at every cost. We are being very cautious even in bringing these topics up, and therefore how we should reduce the pollution, as Professor Rizwan said, and how can we keep the pollution and the carbon footprint under control. For that, we have invited Professor Gopal Sarangi, who's supposed to be a very, very recognized, renowned researcher in that area. So the focus of two programs is different. This program solely focusing on renewable and sustainable energy management.
Thank you, Professor. I move on to the next question, which is asked by Shekhar Power. The question goes like this. We have seen that there are many cyber attacks since last few years at various smart grids in US and other places. How our smart grids are being protected against cyber threats? Is it also a part of this course?
So a lot of research is going on in the area of cyber attacks, but this particular topic is not included in our course. But there are so many other topics. For example, based on the inputs received from you people, we may include these type of topics as well in our course. So as of now, it is not a part of this course.
Right. The next question is by Swati Priya. She asks, what is the exact start date of this program? Swati, we will be in touch with you post the webinar. We will take up the question individually with you. Shivani.Sharma would be getting in touch with you. Moving on to the next question. Do persons with zero experience in renewable energy eligible for this program despite having 10 years of experience in digital product management? Asked by Ramesh Kumar.
Yes, for me, I means they are eligible because we need only the experience, not in terms of the renewable energy. If they have some experience in digital product management, I think they are also eligible. But Professor Neeraj Sharma will clarify about this particular question.
No, I think you said it right. Total number of year experience is more important. However, if Ramesh, if you can share your experience details and your qualification with us, we'll be able to comment even more sharply. But I don't think there will be a major issue because here enough uh, content of management is also included. So my guess is you will be eligible. However, share your details with Shivani. We'll come back to you quickly.
Right. The next question is, does this course cover the energy mix management systems end user point of view?
Yes, definitely it will cover the energy mix management system as well. So it is a part of this particular course.
Thank you, Professor. The next question is a little different. I'm an engineering dropout and cannot join this course. I can invest 10 crores to start a new business, and I wish to know any resources and support you guys can provide, excluding solar business. I mean, he basically is looking for something else, some other support. Yeah. Would you like to comment, Professor?
I think as far as the qualification is concerned, so Professor Neeraj Sharma can give the better answer than me. So because he is looking after this particular domain.
To be uniform, we said the engineering graduates preferably, the diploma holders, those who have done +3 after class 12th, and 2 years of experience is a formal qualification because it's a formal certificate program from DTU. So I don't know if you did not complete engineering, but if you have done any other graduation, I know some people, they do programs from Indira Gandhi National Open University, and many other such schools and reputed ones. If you have any of those, we can look at your eligibility, and if you have a graduation from any such school, you still will be eligible for the program. And about this investment and all, we can have a discussion offline because there are many other programs which are happening. So there are two different questions. First, share your formal qualification with us. We'll come back to you. And second thing, we can discuss offline.
Thank you, Professor. The next question is this course related to the following contents like RE policy from Government of India, best implementation, grid compliance, or otherwise completely confined to electrical engineering with ESG entry also?
No. This particular course is interdisciplinary in nature. So this is not only for electrical engineers. The person who are having the background of physics, who are having the background of mechanical engineering, even civil engineering, they are also eligible and they can also get the benefits from this particular course. Even the management persons can also get the benefit from this particular course. So this is not confined to electrical engineering. This is interdisciplinary course. And we are going to cover the renewable energy policy from Government of India as well, the battery energy storage systems implementation and grid compliance as well. So this is all the topics will be covered in this particular course.
Thank you, Professor. Moving on to the next question. Are large-scale renewable projects creating new ecological or land use conflicts? And how should policymakers balance rapid renewable deployment with biodiversity and community concerns?
Yes, I think your Manish Lumba question, right?
Yes.
Yes. So are large-scale renewable projects creating new ecological land use conflicts? I believe no. So basically, last week only, I was in the area of UP, nearby district Meerut, and the people were talking about how they can utilize their lands for the installation of the solar PV. And there was some company who approached them to install the solar PV, and we are working on it. I also discussed with one of the industry is how it can be deployed there. So as far as this particular part community is concerned, biodiversity is concerned, so the people are looking forward. The people are thinking about it. The people are not using their lands for the uh, different crops. They are basically coming forward and they are thinking about the renewable energy projects on their lands. So I think it is not.
Okay, Professor, may I allow Mr. Ayan, who has kept his hand raised for a while now, and I think we are also answering the questions raised after he was in queue. So would you like me to ask him to unmute himself and ask the question?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Mr. Ayan, please unmute yourself and ask the question that you want to ask. Please
Yeah,
go
hi,
ahead.
good evening. Thank you. So I work in demand side response on VPPs in the UK, and the one thing I wanted to understand in India is how solution oriented, I guess, will this course be? For example, will we also be able to navigate how to create a win-win solution for discoms when we start doing stuff like peer-to-peer trading or virtual power plants, or just more market-based solutions? Like, will we explore how business models can be deployed in the ecosystem?
Yes. So as I told you in my lecture as well, so basically nowadays the solution lies in the form of the demand response. So we have to work on this particular model as well. So I particularly will be talking about the demand response and how we are going to manage the loads and how we are basically reduce the requirements of the battery energy storage system. So I will be talking about this particular topic. So when I was in USA, so I have worked on this particular topic. So this topic will be delivered by me only.
Great, thank you so much.
Since this question is asked by Ayan, I want to highlight one thing very categorically about this program, which Shivani did refer to. The kind of faculty members who have agreed to be on the list of panel. I mean, it's such a wide array of topics it covers. And also, just see the kind of questions which are coming up. Uh, and therefore, the teaching by the faculty members and the set of people who will be part of this cohort, it's going to be such a powerful learning that this will make this program a very, very useful and equally enjoyable. Only thing is, though it's the program is based on technology, it's a online course, but if you take it seriously, I tell you the power, the impact will be immense. And while Professor Rizwan did not mention it, in the beginning, he had suggested some names who are globally recognized. I forget the name of the person. I think he's one of the very well-known person from Sri Lanka,
So this is basically
Bangladesh.
Professor Saifur Rahman from Virginia Tech. Earlier he was the IEEE president globally, and he has worked a lot in the area of smart grid, renewable energy, and building energy management. So, if required, then I will ask him. I will request him to give one lecture, and I also requested Professor Neeraj Sharma to allow me to give one lecture, deliver one lecture by him as well. So I have the contacts with the persons who are really working in this area, not only in Indian scenario, but in US market as well. So he has his startup as well in USA. So how we are going to like convert this particular course into the reality, or we can say in terms of the startups, or in terms of the like the managers who are going to attend this particular course. So it will be a really a win-win situation for all.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely what I
thank you.
thought I'll highlight.
And so, will the Capstone project also sort of focus on deploying solutions in any way?
So at the end of it, Ayan, capstone is what? The final cap on all the milestones, right?
Yeah.
So the focus will be using all the knowledge of 6 months to see that are we able to find out an innovative solution. Sometimes the product may not be useful. The process that is used to reach over there itself will be a learning.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All the best. Over to you, Shruti.
Yes, thank you, Professor. The next question is, does this course cover entrepreneurial side opportunities linking Government of India policies and energy demand?
Yes, definitely. So I was talking about the startup policy as well and entrepreneurship. So in GTU as well, basically, if you are looking forward to work in the startup and if you want some space in GTU as well, and if you want to start your startup from the GTU, then we are more than happy to attend you in this particular aspect as well. So we have a very good infrastructure at GTU in our IF, and all are welcome to be the entrepreneur or be the part of this particular D2IF.
Thank you, Professor. The next question was, can a diploma in electronics engineering be eligible for this course? I have replied yes. So I'm assuming if
Yes, it is
yes.
yes. I'm assuming
Yes,
it's
electronics
10 plus
engineer
2
is
plus
also
3.
eligible.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, moving on to the next question. I'm a landscape engineer based out of UAE, worked with Masdar City for solar powered irrigation systems. I'm an agricultural graduate. Am I eligible for this course? This is the
Yes,
question.
yes, definitely. Because nowadays in India as well, basically we are looking forward to work with the farmers as well, and we are deploying a lot of solar-based irrigation system. So you are is more than welcome. So you are eligible for this particular course.
So, professors, I think we have covered all the relevant questions that were there in the chat box. I would now request the participants who have questions that they want to ask in person. Now is the golden opportunity for you. Please raise your hand, post which we will allow you to unmute yourself and you can ask the questions that you would want to ask the professors. All the participants, those of you who want to ask some questions, please raise your hand and unmute yourself and you can ask the questions and interact with us today. Yes, Mr. Vishwajit, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Professor, all connected members. Being a tech metallurgy and working steel plant industry, so I would like to know how this course will be helpful for me in getting insights of renewable and sustainable energy management related to for currently in the steel sector. Over to Professor.
So what is your domain right now? Means in which area you are working?
Currently work SMS steel making in basic oxygen furnace operations.
As I told you before to all the audience, so this particular course is interdisciplinary in nature. So for example, if you have an interest in getting the more knowledge about the renewable and sustainable energy management, then you can attend this particular course, and obviously you will be benefited from this particular course. So as far as your job domain is concerned, so I'm not sure means how it will be helpful for your job domain, but you can explore some other opportunity in addition to your job. Maybe you can do some startup, you can do some entrepreneurship as well. So I think that would be better for you. But now it's your choice, and Professor Neeraj Sharma can add something if he would like to.
Sure, because I've been part of a steel industry. I started my career with Usha Martin in Jamshedpur, and I'm fully aware that what kind of challenges the steel industry has from energy perspective, also from the pollution perspective. And if you ask me, the way I am seeing it, the importance of the way that AI has become important, equally important is sustainability, renewable energy. So it's like, going for a regular jog in the morning, whatever problems you have, whatever place you are at, these are the things which are more hygienic in nature, without which survival will become an issue, maybe after 5 years or even before. And therefore, when you and today you may be having a very narrow or a myopic view about the aspects of energy, but when you do a program, and as I said, the kind of faculty members and the kind of cohort that will join, it will give you so many ideas that as an individual and as an organization you are going to benefit a lot.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for replying my answer question.
All the best, Vishwajit.
Anybody else who has some questions, you may please raise your hand and we will allow you to come forward and speak to us and get your queries resolved. We do not have any questions left in the chat box as well. We have answered all the relevant ones. Yes, Mr. Ajay Mishra, please go ahead. Mr. Ajay Mishra, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
I think he has already asked one question in the chat box. Please do inform that take base of the webinar in PDF. I think you are going to provide it, right?
Yes, we are going to provide the details of the webinar with the participants. Mr. Ajay, if you have any other question, you can unmute yourself and ask. For the time being, I'm moving on to Mr. Ayan again. Mr. Ayan, if you have any other question, please go ahead.
Yeah, so just two brief questions. The first one is, in terms of the course content, what would you say the mix between sort of technical content of how to make the energy transition, uh, as opposed to the theoretical content of how to navigate the ecosystem and what's happening and what's needed? How would you say that split is in the course? And I guess second is, what is the form of assessment at the end of the course?
So I'll answer the second question first, because first question will be answered by Professor Rizwan. So this is a program meant for working people, and the learning is more important than assessing. But since it's a DTO program, we are very quality conscious. People say that don't trust the smiling teacher, and you will find Professor Rizwan always smiling. So there will be two kinds of assessment. One is the midterm assessment, and another is the end-term assessment. And as of now, there are multiple choice questions. So if it's a 6 months program, after 3 months, there'll be one midterm exam, which will be multiple choice questions. And at the end, there'll be an exam, which is the interim exam, again, a multiple choice question. Many of you are working people, you have family to take care of, you have job to take care of. In case you miss any one of them, you get one makeup exam at the end of the program. So midterm interim, or a midterm makeup, or an interim makeup. This will make you eligible to get the certificate. Uh, it's again, I'm saying, idea is to help you learn the subject. So learning is the focus, not the assessment, but we need to ensure that quality is delivered and assimilated, therefore this exam. And the first question will be answered by Professor Rizwan.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Ann, can you please repeat your first question again?
Professor, so my question is, in terms of the course content, what will the sort of split be between the technical aspects of the grid, right? Just the physics of the grid and how to enable the transition, And what would be the how much would we focus on the the innovative solutions, like, okay, this is how we can deploy this solution, keeping
So
in mind
as
these
far as
factors?
the course content is concerned, so because the people from the different domains, they are going to participate in this. So theoretical content is also required, but I can say the theoretical content will be less, and
Mm,
practical aspect we are going to discuss in more. In addition to this, the research problems or the innovation part that we are going to discuss in more. So if I will divide, for example, theoretical, practical, and the innovation part, so I can say only 25% theoretical part will be covered, and the remaining 75% will be case study based, practical aspects, and the research and innovation only.
great, thank you so much. And I assume the detailed course outline will also be shared via email, right? I think I saw in the chat.
Yes, we will share it with you.
Great.
Post the webinar, you will get the details from
Thank
us.
you very much. Thank you.
Most welcome. Anybody else who would like to share a few words as far as the query is concerned? They have anything that they would want to get clarified? You can please come up and unmute yourself and ask the professors. We have a couple of minutes left for the session today. We are already towards the end of the session, today's interactions. Anybody who has any queries? Just a moment. Let me just check if I have any questions which I might have missed in the chat box. Right. So there is a question which asks if there is any opportunity for professionals with 30 years of experience in case if they want to go in for this program. Professors, would you like to throw some light on this?
So one upfront thing we want to say is this is a program meant for working people, and our view is all of them are already working. And therefore, there is no placement assistance, there is no placement support provided by DTU. However, in the same breath, I want to say that if you become part of this cohort, it throws many, many opportunities. Please do not underassess the power of the peer group. And therefore, be conscious about this fact that you are going to be part of a group which is taught by one of the best in the industry, in the academics. But if you can work through these people, opportunities and the possibilities may be immense. But from DTU side, there is no talk of placement assistance or placement support for any of our digital education program, any of our executive education program.
Right. So I think that resolves your query with regards to job opportunities, given the fact that you have 30 years of work experience and how this program would put all of that together in perspective for the job market. Yes, Mr. Narendra, you can please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, I'm Narendra, ma'am. I'm a MEP consultant along with the fire safety and ELV systems for high-rise buildings. In fact, I'm looking this course in a different way. Is it possible for us to explore the RE installation and synchronizing? And apart from that, as you rightly said, the sustainable features also will be taught in the course curriculum. How to integrate all these subjects to explore further? That is my question.
Yes, so this is a very good question. Basically, how we are going to integrate, and I think you said you are looking after the academic buildings as and renewable energy installation or some fire safety.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So basically, in GTU as well, we have installed about 1 megawatt of solar PV, and we are basically integrating it with the grid. So this particular aspect we are already doing in our academic building. And as far as the other challenges are concerned, so obviously we are going to discuss all the challenges associated with the renewable energy installation in India as well as abroad. So we are going to discuss it.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Can we get detailed content before the joining? What exactly the content? You have given the glossary of the contents.
Yes. So as far as you are talking about the course material, right?
Yes, yes. Course contents, the headings and what are the topics.
Modules and content.
They will share. They will share it.
Sure, sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Narendra, we will be in touch with you post the webinar and we will share all the details with you. And in
Sure,
fact, Ms. Shivani Sharma's number is also shared in the chat box. You can reach out to her yourself as well with your queries and she will share all the details with you.
sure, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
In which organization you are right now?
Sir, I am basically MEP consultant, sir, for high-rise buildings. That includes fire safety and ELV extra low voltages also.
Okay.
I have a 25 years plus experience. I am from Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else who has any queries? Now is your time. Please come up and share your questions and concerns. We will be wrapping up the session in about a minute or two. So if you have any questions and if you are willing to ask, please go ahead and unmute yourself and ask the question that you have on your mind. As I mentioned earlier, we will be in touch with each and every one of you who have joined the session today. We will be sharing the details of today's interactions and whatever queries you may have that could also be addressed by our team. You have Ms. Shivani Sharma's numbers in the chat box. You can reach out to her as well. And as we had shared earlier, we have the program commencing very soon and we have limited seats available. Those of you who think this can be of value addition, and I'm sure this will be a value addition to all of you who are here today because you have an interest in this domain or you are working in this domain. So please do not waste time. Reach out to us yourself as well so that we can guide you in the right manner as to what is the right way forward with regards to this. Professors, I think, there are no further questions. Let me just quickly check the chat box once again in case if there is anything which has come up. I do not think so. No, there are no further questions. So would you like to share a few words before we wrap up the session for today, for this evening, for all the participants, professors?
So from my side, I invite each one of you to explore this program. Expect a high quality program, but you also will have to work hard to earn this certificate from DTU. My suggestion would be join at the earliest. And when you join, please give yourself minimum 7 months to get the maximum out of this program. The mantra from my side will be no sooner you decide to join the program, from there, block all your Sundays for next 7 months. It will be, I won't say tough, but it will be a tapasya. But believe you me, if you go through it seriously, the benefits that you will get will be immense, because getting these kinds of people at one place, whether it's Professor Bhim Singh, Professor Madhusudan, Professor Rizwan, not often I have seen such a powerful list of faculty members, and the kind of questions and the kind of experience people bring on the table. For example, Mr. Narendra with 25 years of experience. Imagine the kind of learning you will get from the cohort supported by DTU as a brand. I mean, it will open up a unlimited kind of opportunities and possibilities. So I invite each one of you to join this program at the earliest. Do well in the program and do well in life. Over to Professor Rizwan.
Yeah, I think from my side, it's a very good opportunity to do this certificate course from the DTU, because there are so many people who could not get the admission during their time, maybe in BTech or Bachelor of Engineering at that time. So they are like having the good opportunity. They can take the benefit of this opportunity and they can be the part of this particular course. So as I told you before, after doing this course, we will get so many opportunities for the startups, for entrepreneurship as well, in addition to their existing means enhancement in their existing knowledge. So I think this is from my side. So thank you so much. And there are some questions from the uh,
Any
audience.
program sodium batteries is a question asked by Dr. S.P. Sharma.
As of now, basically, we are not having any program on the sodium batteries, but whenever we are discussing about the energy storage systems, so definitely we will talk about the sodium batteries as well, but no program as such.
Thank you so much, professors, for sharing your inputs to kind of get everything together at the end of the session for this evening. And I would be thanking everybody for joining in this evening to gain inputs and insights on the topic for this evening. As you all know, renewable energy sources are the way of the future. And as I mentioned earlier, we would be in touch with all of you individually. You can also reach out to us on the number that has been shared in the chat box. And we wish you all the very best. And thank you again, professors, for taking time out to address the group today for the webinar.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Shivani. And thanks, everyone at VCNow for such a wonderful discussion this evening.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to all. Thanks, Professor Neeraj Sharma. Thank Ms. Dwivedi, Ms. Sharma, Shivani Sharma. Thanks to all. And thanks to all participants who came forward and they raised their queries. So it was really wonderful session for us as well to answer your query, to listen you people, means what you people have in your mind. And obviously it will enhance the course content and the course delivery, definitely. So we will incorporate all your inputs, all your feedbacks, which is given by you in today's session and in future sessions as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. And with this, we conclude the webinar for this evening. Thank you for joining us. Good luck. Thank you. Tech support, we can end the webinar now.